What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Alright, so as soon as you play Helldivers 2 on PC, it is not completely perfect. Performance might be questionable at times. It might be dropping and then goes back up and then drops again. So here are my best settings. These are the settings that I recommend. Now they are not perfect, but I'm still trying to, give you guys the best experience as possible with the highest amount of FPS without sacrificing too much on the visuals. Anyways, let's just jump right into it. We can start in the display tab. Brightness will be depending on you guys. Camera shake, I personally don't like it, so I'll be turning this off. Field of view, you can raise this or lower this. This is all personal preferences. I like to keep it at the default field of view, so 55. Graphics device, make sure you have your correct GPU selected in here. Same thing for your screen, make sure that you have the right screen, or if you want to switch to the other screen, then you can just click here. Resolution, I like to keep it at the same resolution as my monitor, obviously. Now, render scale, this is the important part. Personally, like native, I've tried ultra quality. I've tried to convince myself, but ultra quality is just not for me. It's blurry. It's already a tad bit blurry with 1080. So I think if you are on 1080 or lower, that's possible, then stay at native. And if you're a bit higher, then maybe you can go ultra quality if you're in 1440 or at 4K. But native is the way that we're going to go for now. Display mode, this is all up to you. I like to play on full screen and with VSync disabled. Now, the graphics tab, I don't like motion blur. I've never really liked motion blur in most games. I think 99% of the time I would turn motion blur off or completely down. So 0 for me. Depth of field, this is all up to you. If you want that kind of focus and more of that cinematic feel, then sure, you can turn this on. I don't really like it, so this will be disabled for me. Bloom, now this setting is so weird for me. I don't know if I'm the only one that hates bloom, so I will be completely disabling this. It makes the game look blurry at times and over brightened, over bright just in certain cases, certain scenarios, certain situations, so off. Sharpness 100 or 1, just because I'm on 1080 like I said, so it is not sharp enough sometimes, so we're just gonna take advantage of this. Texture quality, this will all depend on the amount of VRAM that you have. So if you know that your graphics card has, it says right here, if you have more than 10, then you could go at ultra. I'm just gonna stick at high, just because there are times where maybe I might be recording or streaming, or just doing some things in general that requires like my PC to do other things. So I will not be putting this at ultra, but you can if you have the power to do so. Object detail quality, render distance, shadow quality, they will all be at their lowest, just because this doesn't really change much in terms of visuals in my opinion, but if you see that it bothers you, then you can obviously bring this at medium or high. Render distance, this will affect your CPU, and since that CPU usage is already quite high in this game, I would not recommend setting this any higher than low. Shadow quality, not that important, plus it eats up a lot of your FPS, so might as well keep this at the lowest. Particle quality, now I've tested this and I've seen it in real time. I'm gonna try to edit this and show you guys how it looks like, but particle quality at lowest is really horrendous, but at low it could be tolerated, so it really depends on you. But I personally don't like when particles are too low, but at the same time you don't want it to be at high or ultra or even at medium, because it's gonna take up a lot of your FPS, so might as well keep this at low. But if it really bothers you and you find that particles are not that nice, then you can bump this up to medium. Reflection quality, turn this at the lowest, not really that important unless you really love reflections for some reason. Space quality, this doesn't really affect FPS much or performance much from what I've tested. This is really primarily on like the stars that you see like when you're in space and stuff like that, and when you look in the sky. So if you like the stars and if you find that they're not high quality enough, then keep this at high. Ambient occlusion, screen space, global illumination, vegetation and rubble density, all off or low. These are not important. mostly here in the vegetation and rubble density, it tells you it increases the amount. So it's pretty much just gonna slowly, gradually add more and more grass, more rocks and stuff like that, like on the ground. I don't really look at that. I know that it is important and that it is an immersive game, but when you're running around shooting, you know, you're doing your business, you're not really focused on these type of things. So it's really just for immersion. I personally don't find it necessary, so keep it at low. Terrain quality, same thing. You know, if you feel that like the things are just a little too low quality, like the terrain in general, then you can bring this at medium or high. Volumetric fog quality. Now this is super important to me because this is what makes like the fog and the overall game a little bit more clearer. Otherwise, it's kind of like blurry and it's too foggy. It's kind of weird to describe, but yeah. Setting for volumetric clouds quality. This is really just to render a more realistic sky, like it says in here. You don't really look at the sky most of the time, but there are some times where you just kind of want to enjoy how it looks. So you're not going to put this at lowest. Low or medium is fine. Lighting quality low, and anti-aliasing, leave this at on. Otherwise, it's going to be too... you're going to see the jagged edges. It's going to be like too... what do you call this? Too sharp. Well, it's not really sharp. It's just like it's sharp and it doesn't apply the anti-aliasing. So it's going to be like... It's going to look really, really weird and it destroys my eyes in my opinion. So keep this at on. So yeah, pretty much I'm going to try to show you guys a comparison. It goes from like 30, 40 on ultra quality or on the highest setting to like these optimized settings. Now I know that it doesn't really look all that great, but hey, it's really about performance. You want it to perform at best when it matters the most. So yeah, these are my settings. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Now obviously if there's some things that I missed, or if there are some things that you guys felt like I could have improved or that I should have used instead, let me know in the comment section. I'm open to all constructive criticism or tips and tricks and stuff like that. So yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Once again, don't forget to drop a like and subscribe. I'll see you guys next time. Ciao, ciao, ciao.